Welcome to Up and Up, where we as up-and-coming artists and entrepreneurs.
What got you interested in your work?
Why did you start your own business? How can graphic design be used to promote mental health awareness? Emily Squires knows. Welcome to Up and Up. I'm your host, Emily Glass, and here today we have Emily Squires. So, Emily, how did you get into clothing making?
I got into clothing making when I was trying to kind of figure out how I want to direct my creative path. I've always been someone who's very artistic, and I love making art. When friends would have birthdays or whatever, I'd always make cards for them, and I loved doing kind of bubble letters and just that more simplistic art. And then I found out about this website called Merch by Amazon, where you can design your own pieces on Amazon and upload any PDF or PNG of artwork you did, put it on a t-shirt, and sell it. So I signed up for that. It was a whole process. It took about 6 months, I think, to get approved and put in like tax records, everything, like to make sure that I was a reliable source for them to have put content on their site. And then I started kind of designing things, and it just kind of grew from there.
Yeah. So what or who inspired you to create all your clothing and all that?
So I have suffered from anxiety for my whole life, and I felt very alone when I first realized I had anxiety. I used to think when I have panic attacks in the morning, I was the only person feeling that way. I thought like I was dying of some sickness or something. And then I kind of learned more about it, and when I would discuss it with people, I had so many people come up to me and say, oh, me too, I feel the same way. And I wanted people to feel less alone and feel more heard, so I started making designs related to mental health, and then that kind of continued throughout my brand, and it kind of shifted from just an artistic expression to me wanting to kind of promote mental health advocacy.
What has been your favorite piece that you've made in your whole collection?
I think probably my favorite piece, and this is my bestseller too, I love this piece, is my Mental Health Matters design. It's just simple, it's straightforward and to the point, and I love that one, but I also, my first piece I ever put on my website, I kind of revamped it recently, and I love that one as well. It's the front of the shirt says, how are you really? And then the back has a smiley face that's kind of melting, because a lot of times people will ask, how are you? And the go-to response is just, good, how are you? So I wanted to create a piece that is like, how are you really doing? And kind of dives deeper to that mental health point. And then the back was just kind of more of an artistic expression for me.
Ooh, I like that.
Thank you.
So what would you say is your inspiration when it comes to designs and all that?
I think my inspiration when it comes to designs is just kind of anything that I think looks cool, or I'll go on Pinterest and scroll through my Pinterest board sometimes and just look at anything that's fun or inspiring in terms of designs, and then I try to put a specific message on it. I do a lot of like butterflies and fun colors and things that I think people would enjoy wearing, but also things that speak to me and kind of the brand itself.
Ooh, I like that. So you mentioned earlier about that shirt, the Mental Health Matters too, and saying that's one of your more popular items. Are there any others you would say that are more popular as well, or?
I've been doing tote bags a lot recently, especially with the summer, going to the beach and everything. I have a tote bag that's got like kind of the aura design that's been, I feel like, on everyone's Pinterest boards lately, and it has let go of what's behind you written on it, and I love that one, and I think that one's been selling kind of higher recently, especially with summer and beach bags being the go-to item.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you explain your whole process from like start to finish of like designing the designs to like the final end product, if you could?
I think it always kind of starts with a little tiny sketch. Like sometimes I'll just think of an idea, jot something down, and then I'll normally draw it out on paper, and then I'll go on Procreate on my iPad, kind of finalize it, trace over everything, color in the lines, and then I upload it on Amazon and just wait for them to approve it, and then it's live, and I'll normally post about it and try to get like a specific launch date for a bunch of products at a time.
That is so cool.
Thank
Now,
you.
are you able to tell us like how many items you've sold since you've started to now?
I'm trying to think. I believe I've probably sold somewhere in the hundreds.
Ooh.
But it's kind of been, it's been very small, and I definitely need to get back to it. I have another company as well. I do, during the summers, I do full-time social media management for 3 accounts on Instagram, and I've been kind of busy with that too. I make my own merch for that company as well, The World by Emily, and it's so funny because I'm a social media content creator for people, but I do a terrible job of doing content creation on my own things. But I love it, and I want to do another launch. I think we have another Sunshine Co. kind of launch coming sometime within the next month or so.
Ooh, nice. So what has been your favorite part of this whole experience and everything?
I think just seeing people resonate with it, knowing that other people, I think I did it so other people would feel less alone, and in turn it made me feel even less alone because I had so many people be like, this is such a cool design. I've had school counselors that are family friends reach out and be like, oh, I wanted to buy this for mental health month at school. And I think it's just been a really cool learning experience for me to see that everyone thinks that they're struggling with their own thing, but we're all a lot more alike than we think we are.
That is so true. So why did you come up with your business?
I think it was just kind of a creative outlet for me. Like I said, I've always been a very creativity-based person. I love film, I love drawing, I love all of that stuff. So I think Sunshine Co. is kind of just an outlet for that and a way for me to kind of explore business and get a footing in something that I want to go into in the future.
Yes. And you mentioned before you had anxiety, right?
Yes.
What are some other things that you do to help with your mental health?
Creating designs for the company is very relaxing for me. Just getting to sit down with my iPad and design some shirts and post them. It's a very calming process. So I think that's something that, while I'm trying to help other people, it kind of helps me too. And then I've always loved making videos. So getting to sit down, I'll do an end of the year recap every year with all my friends. And I love just sitting down and spending time editing on my computer. And then also, of course, the stereotypical going outside and taking a walk and going to the gym. But I think a little bit of all of those. You kind of need the typical things that everyone says, but you also have to find some form of creative outlet or something that kind of speaks to you and calms you down as well to help handle it.
So is there a message you are trying to portray with your business and all that?
I think overall the message is just the idea that you're not alone, that other people have the same feelings that you have, because obviously I'm behind the screen making it, but so you know that I have those feelings as well. And then there's so many other people who have purchased the shirts or see them and resonate with the design. And I think just the overall theme that I want people to know is that you're not the only one struggling and that there are other people out there who feel the same way you do.
I totally agree with that. Now, is there something with your business you want to do in the future, promote it more, or what is something you want to do in the future with your business?
I think in the future I kind of have the two distinct companies right now. I have The World by Emily, and then I have my Sunshine Co. business. And I think I want to try to find a way to fuse them and kind of make them intertwine a little bit more. They're both very good creative outlets for me, and I love being able to express myself and have people appreciate that and get that stuff out there and seen. So I think I'd love to do some sort of combination of those in the future. And I think just continuing to make designs, like I said, a relaunch sometime soon with new designs, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. And speaking of designs, let's check some of these out. So where could people find these designs?
So on my Instagram account, this is Sunshine Co., I have my Amazon storefront linked in my bio, and you can go on there and scroll through all the Sunshine Co. designs. And then my Instagram account for my media company is The World by Emily, no O, because every single Instagram username is taken these days. But both of those have links in my bio to Sunshine Co.'s storefront, and you can scroll through. And then I have in both of my Instagram accounts, my information is linked as well with my email and all of that if you ever want to get in contact.
That is so cool. Well, thank you so much, Emily, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And this has been Up and Up.